Hello. Hello, beautiful people. So excited. This is um kind of like a random live today. I announced it to my email list this morning, but I just really wanted to talk about money mindset today because I have been hearing this week alone so many people talk negative about how they are with money, their relationship with money, and I'm like, okay, what can I do? We have to talk about this. And I'm sorry if you guys see me looking back and forth. I'm on live on Instagram and YouTube, so I wanted to make sure that this content was able to get out towards to multiple different streams. So I'm not going to hold you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started because it is a Friday night. So I know we all want to unwind, enjoy ourselves. So let's go ahead and get started. So the name of this live is How Your Money Mindset is Keeping You Broke. And if y'all know me, then you know broke is not really a word that I use, but I wanted to say this because this might be a word that kind of resonates with you guys, because this is the word that I hear you all say all the time when it comes to your money. So first, I want us to identify how you know if your money mindset needs a facelift. So maybe your money mindset needs a facelift if you are consistently speaking negative about your money. So you're a person where you're always like, I'm always saying, I'm so broke. I can never save money. Money doesn't last with me. Like there's so many different things that you could be saying about your money, but when it comes to your money, it's always something negative. So when you think about money, it's kind of like, it makes me anxious, it makes me nervous, it worries me, like it's uncertain. Then you may need a money mindset facelift. Like this may be something that you want to dig deeper in and try to address. So and you guys, you see me looking down. I always come with notes. Y'all, like you will never see me unprepared. I'm coming with my notes every time. every time. Because I'm like, I don't want to forget anything. I want to make sure I tell you guys everything that, that came to my mind. So if you're a person that's always speaking negatively about your money, maybe you're even saying, I'm just not able to save money. I don't make enough to save money. I don't know how to save money, those things. And you even may be a person where you're at a point where you're not even in the space to take financial advice from someone else. So, because you're already accustomed to how things have already been in your life, you're not wanting to get suggestions, advice, help from anyone else. You're kind of like, nope, she's telling me to do this, to do that, but I just know how I am. And you guys, y'all know y'all say that a lot. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. But if that's not how it should be, that's not like your end result. You should always, want to learn, want to grow, want to get better, want to create a healthy relationship with money. So don't settle for, oh, this is just how I am. This is how I've always done things. This is how my mother has done things. So this is just what it's going to be. So if you resonate with that, if you're like, okay, I've said this before, this is something that happens a lot with me, then you're in the right place, because now I want to show, like, kind of walk you through some steps on how you can improve this. Now that we've addressed how to pinpoint if your money mindset needs a facelift, now I kind of want us to talk about, okay, now what can I do? So first, I want to figure out where this negative self-talk is coming from. Is this something that you believe? Is this something that maybe your mom believes, your grandma believes, and it has just followed you throughout childhood? Maybe you even heard your mom, your dad, your grandma talk negative about money. Maybe they're saying things like, Money is so dirty. Money burns a hole in my pocket. I know for sure, firsthand, that's one of the things that I heard all the time growing up from my family members. Money burns a hole in my pocket. Oh, I wish the world didn't revolve around money, so I didn't have to work, so I didn't have to stress, so I didn't have to do this. And so now that I once I got older, I'm like, okay, so maybe money is supposed to make me feel like this. All my family members were saying this was their relationship with money. So obviously, my relationship needs to be the same way because I'm exactly like my mom. I was saying things like that to myself. So I didn't even allow myself to create a healthy relationship with money or my own relationship with money. I was just going based off someone else's experience. And that is the biggest recipe for disaster, going off based off what someone else has been through. We can learn and we can grow from someone else's experience, but we do not have to make that be our end all be all. That does not have to be our story. It can be actually be like, oh my goodness, my mom struggled with this. I seen her have to do this, do that, but I'm choosing to do this instead. So just pinpoint where is this stemming from? Is this something that I believe, or is this something that someone else believes? And I've just kind of been allowing it to be my story for X amount of years. So I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So if we continue to let fear, anxiousness, worry, doubt dictate how we truly feel about money, then we're never going to grow, we're never going to heal, and we're never going to be in a position to really build true wealth. We're going to let fear stop us from doing everything. We're going to let fear dictate our final outcome, and that's not what you want. So I just wanted to show you and give you an example of what it looks like when fear dictates your final outcome. So maybe you're a person, you're creative, and you're like, I didn't even notice. This is like a sidebar, but I didn't even notice that I had this filter on until right now. But maybe you are a person who is a creative. You're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're wanting to build a business. So maybe you're like, I want to do it, but I'm afraid that no one's going to pay me. I'm afraid that, someone's going to see the price and they're going to say, I don't deserve that, or, it shouldn't cost that much, all this stuff, because we're scared, because we've heard what someone else had to say about money, whatever the case may be. That's how fear starts to creep in. That's how fear starts to dictate your final outcome. But instead, in that same moment, and we all start to feel like that. We all, struggle with imposter syndrome, or even just have days or weeks or months where we're like, I'm not really feeling it. I feel like I'm going through the motions. And I'm just not as confident as I would like to be. But in that same moment, you have the ability to tell yourself, no, I actually am worthy of everything that I'm requesting. I'm asking to be paid this amount of money, and I'm worthy of that. My ideal client, the perfect client, is going to come to me with ease. I will not have to force anything. It will be a great fit. We will be perfectly aligned. That's something that you can say right in that moment. As soon as you start to feel fear creeping in, as soon as you start to feel doubt, worry, anxiousness start to creep in when it comes to earning more money, because sometimes that can be something scary. Maybe if you are used to only making $40,000, $50,000 a year, but your business is starting to grow to new heights, and you're like, what is this? What is this? I'm not used to this. That could be something that you see in your financial journey if your money mindset is not secure, is not set up in a way for you to actually grow and build true wealth. So perfect. So that's the first step for figuring out where the negative self-doubt is coming from and addressing the problem head on, addressing it right in right when it's taking place. It's right when you feel yourself about to speak negatively about yourself, about your money. Correct yourself every time. Like, and that's something that I had to learn when I first started my financial journey, because I was saying things like, "Oh, I'm so broke," or I just can't save, or I only have this amount. And then I would just correct myself. No, I am blessed to have this. No, I can save. No, I will save. No, I am trying to save. I am actively saving. And I see that, and I see the fruits of my labor. I would just reassure myself. And even, I would even put sticky notes everywhere. You guys, I have sticky notes on two of my walls here in my office. I have sticky notes in my bathroom. I am always reaffirming myself, because sometimes you won't feel like your best self. So sometimes you do need that little pick me up. So maybe that's something that you can do. If you're struggling with negative money mindset, try to affirm yourself. Put some sticky notes around the house to affirm you every day that I am worthy of. I am worthy of making everything that my dream income. We should invest in some stock. Yeah, yeah, yes, we should invest in some sticky notes. But yeah, so one thing that you can say is, I am worthy of, my prices. I'm worthy to make more money. I'm worthy of, fill in the blank, whatever it is for you. I know for me, one of the sticky notes that I have is, it says, I can make the most money I've ever made in my life, and work the least amount of time I've ever worked. So that's just for me to remind myself all the time that money does not have to be in direct correlation of time. Just because I'm charging certain amount of money, that does not mean 24 hours of my day has to be dedicated to this thing. So that's one example. But so for number two, accept that the past is the past. The past is the past. Accept that the past is the past. I just want to reiterate that like 1,000 times over, because so often we are so harsh on ourselves from things that we did in college, things that we did when we were 18, and now we're borderline 30. It's like, why we have to let go of those things, because and let the past be the past. So you can't go back and change the past, but you can make a conscious decision today to change the future, to set yourself up for success now. Now, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. It's making the conscious decision today. But the first thing you have to do is just kind of accept that the past is the past, and let it be a learning experience for you. Just let it be that. I know a lot of us have struggled with maxing out credit cards, messing up our credit, blowing money on things that now we look back on and we're like, wow, that was silly. Like, why did I do that with my school refund? I should have paid the school back, but I went on a trip, and that's my story. Taking out student loans and living lavish when I could have paid the school right back the money that they gave me. So now that I look back and I'm like, oh, that was so silly, but I didn't know then. So I just use it as a learning opportunity. I just use it for something to teach you guys, to teach my sisters, to teach whoever, to teach your kids whenever you have kids, if that's in your future. So just using it as a learning opportunity and moving forward. Moving forward. There's nothing that you can do to rewrite the past, but you can set yourself up for the future. And also, one thing that you can do, and I tell everyone to do this, is, even though I'm telling you all to accept that the past is the past, grow, learn, not to stay in a state of defeat. I do, however, want you to remember how it feels to be uncomfortable. So when you're in that space and you're like, why did I do that? That was so crazy of me. Like now I'm having to do all of this in order to, correct the things that I did when I was younger. Don't lose sight of what it feels to be uncomfortable. Don't lose sight of what it feels to have less, to, kind of have to worry about, okay, will I get approved for this? Will this happen? Like, how will things work out for me? Because when you're on your financial journey, sometimes it can be a little hard and you're like, why am I making all these sacrifices? Why am I doing this? Why am I picking up a side hustle? Why am I, working an extra job? Why am I sacrificing, putting money away to savings when I really want this new bag? And that is your why. That discomfort that you felt in that time where you were worrying about like how you were going to pay this, how you were going to do this, how you're going to do that. That is your why. This is why you're sacrificing. This is why you're trying to build multiple streams of income. This is why you are saving more than you're spending. This is why you are sending us the student loan, your student loan provider $400 when you want to be on a trip to Miami. This is why. This is your why. So always use that as fuel. So grow from it, learn from it, and use it as fuel. Grow, learn, use it as fuel to keep going. And so my last, I think this is my last. Yes. So my last tip on how to fix your money mindset is, now that we've addressed the problem, let's start planning for your dream life. Oh my goodness. Planning, you guys know I talk about planning all the time, all the time, all the time, because things don't just work themselves out. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional and really put a plan in place to get yourself out of this dark space, to get yourself out of this place that you don't want to be in. What are you going to do in order to make that happen? What's going to happen? So maybe old you believes that you're not creative enough to start a business, but new you is already starting to research ways to get started. Maybe old you didn't think that you can save more than the $25 minimum in the savings account. However, new you is already starting a savings challenge and has invited people to go along the journey with you so you can have accountability partners. You're going to need support in your journey. You're going to need accountability. You're going to need people that understands what you're going through and that can push you forward. If you only have people in your circle that are not directly aligned with where you're going, it's going to be a lot of dysfunction. If you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to build your savings account, if you're trying to pay off debt and you have friends that are like, blow a bag and I'll get it back next Friday, that's not aligned. That's not aligned. It's not going to help you get to where you need to be. And I'm not saying that you have to ditch these people, but I am saying that you will need to find people that are where you are and where you're trying to go. You will need that. That is very important. Very important. And so I just want you to remember that nothing changes if you don't change. So being proactive in planning how you want things to go for you is going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer in your financial journey. So those are my tips to um, on how to address your money mindset and to just make sure that that is not something that is consistently keeping you stuck. Let that be something it ends in October. That's something that does not follow you into November. So, if this has been something that it has been helpful for you, I was just typing you guys, but if this has been something that is helpful for you and you're like, okay, I need to get started. Like, I cannot continue to let this be my story. I'm wanting to grow. I have to get out of this space. Like, this cannot be my story in 2022. I just want to let you know that we are in the process of launching we are in the process of launching our monthly membership club. And I am so excited because I feel like this has been something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time and have been like putting it off. I'm like, maybe this is not something for me. Maybe this is not something that I could be good at. Limiting beliefs. See, that's the mindset. See, you have to have people around you that will push you and encourage you to do the things, to go after your wildest dreams. So I'm excited to announce that the Paycheck to Pocket membership community is going live November 19th. So it is going to be a monthly membership club for millennial Black women looking to create a healthy relationship with your money, to ditch debt, to build your savings, and to increase your income. So we are going to have so many fun things happening inside the community. We're going to have monthly expert master classes. And this is where I'm bringing in other money experts that maybe cover topics that I don't actually touch on. So maybe travel hacking, investing, more personalized tips on building credit. We already have someone lined up to teach us short-term rental investments, how to get started with like Airbnbs and how to have that be a consistent income. So that's already going to be our first Master Your Money masterclass. And I'm like, that just blew my mind. I'm like, if we're starting off with that type of expert, with teaching us that, because first of all, this is something that I need to learn too. Like, I need all the streams of income. Give me that. So I'm just so excited that she agreed to come in and to talk to our community about how to build additional streams of income when it comes to short-term rental properties. So that's exciting. That's our first one. And then we have monthly live trainings with me where I'll dive deeper and teach more, maybe about it. It'll kind of vary, but it'll be different money topics. So we may teach about money mindset, similar to what we did today, building your savings account, paying off debt, increasing your income, credit, all the things. So each month is going to change the actual topic that I will be discussing in the community. It's going to change month by month. We also have opportunities for weekly office hours where you can get one-on-one attention from me for about 20 to 30 minutes to get some like personalized help, to get your burning questions answered that you may not feel comfortable with asking inside of the community. So maybe you want to, address it one off with just me and you. You will have the opportunity to do that. We'll have some challenges to do together. We'll have some giveaways. We'll have a lot of fun things. And one of something that was really important to me when I was building this community is just making sure that it's accessible for everyone. So I didn't want this community to be like super expensive because I want everyone to have access and I want to see everyone grow. So the club is starting off literally at $25 a month. It's going to be a monthly subscription. You'll have two options, either a monthly plan or a yearly plan. But I just know it's going to be so good. It's going to be great. Like, from the feedback that I received from my one-on-one coaching program, the Legacy Writers Blueprint, just being able to take that and to put it in a monthly membership club where not only am I able to pour into you, but other experts, I'm able to bring in other experts to pour into you and to help you along your journey wherever you are in your journey. I also will be, asking you guys, what are you wanting to learn when it comes to your financial journey? What experts are you wanting me to bring in? And so just making sure that I'm serving you guys to the best of your ability. So the wait list for the community is up now. You can visit the link in my bio to get on the wait list to be the first to know when it goes live, November 19th. That is a Friday. November 19th is a Friday. So click the link in my bio. It's the first link. Or you can just go to www.thehonestplan.com/club to get on the wait list. And I am so excited. I cannot wait to see you guys inside. We are going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time. We always have a great time. So I cannot wait. So it's already 6:35. I've been on here yapping my mouth for about 25 minutes. So I'm going to wrap up here. But as we are preparing for launch, I just want to let you guys know we will have more lives like this. So if you're wanting me to discuss something specific, feel free to let me know. Drop it in the comments on the replay of this video, and I have no problem, addressing that. So I cannot wait. Let me know if you have questions, and don't forget to join the waitlist at www.thehonestplan.com/club, or you can visit just the link in my bio. All right. Happy Friday. Good night. Bye.